Hi, this is Shu with a review of the first Kawhi signature. The Omnis was actually seen as Kawhi's first, but actually New Balance already had a shoe made to re-enter the basketball market, and they just happened to have a shoe ready, and then they also happened to sign Kawhi at the same time, so they just thought, yay, this is just a Kawhi shoe, most people will think, but it's the Omnis, it's not the Kawhis. This is the Kawhis, but it is the second Kawhi Leonard signature shoe, you could say that, from New Balance. Second Kawhi Leonard New Balance shoe. The first Kawhi Leonard New Balance signature. This is the design is certainly a little bit sleeker, and it seemed to scream out, "This is Kawhi Leonard shoe." I like this little brain pattern going on. Apparently, this is scientifically and systematically developed to provide multiple direction resistance or support. Kind of like Flywire, and then Nike went a little bit overboard with a quad axle wire system. When you have wire or resistance system, you only go from point A to B. You don't go from point A to B to C to D. That's, if you go both directions, that's just a slab of leather or a piece of rubber. Defeats the purpose of having a wire that moves side to side but resists moving back and forth or something like that. So multi-directional woven knit material, I don't believe in that. I don't feel it providing any outstanding support or comfort, but they do make the material, the side of the shoe a little bit thinner and a little bit more breathable. They even have a little hole here, I guess, to provide some ventilation, but not much. It's not the coolest shoe out there, as in ventilation-wise, not in terms of looks. The fit also is another issue I have with this. It's got that spacious toe box area, so you don't feel that securely locked down, and it's not crazy narrow, but at the same time it kind of eats up on your pinky toe a little bit. At least for me, that's the case. I have to go up a few sizes for the Kyries and Kobe's. So for me, I'm not a wide footer, but I do have this pinching sensation here. Kind of similar to the Omnis, but a little bit worse in terms of this pinching sensation. The toe box area, a little bit improved, but still, it's the same old Adidas brand of interstellar space on top of your toe box. So let's do something about that. Maybe that's what Kawhi wants. They do have a nice little leather enhancement or mud guard, whatever you want to call it, because there's going to be extra toe drag or abrasiveness as you play, maybe outdoors, or maybe someone steps on you, or maybe you drag your toe a little bit. So that's nice. That's a nice little touch. The shoe itself, it weighs about 450 grams for a size 9, so that's not the heaviest shoe out there, but it's not the lightest. It does feel like 450 grams. Not crazy light. It's not mid-cut, it's not high-cut, it's sort of a mid-low cut. But here's my problem. This is rigid as if it had like 10,001 layers of starch coated on it. So if you need, most people do need some flexibility here for your Achilles. You might feel this chafing a lot into your Achilles. So what is this? I don't know. Maybe when they release a low-cut version, I will be more appreciative of it, but this is weird. There's not a lot of padding inside, so you don't feel that secure lockdown or hugging sensation, but the heel cup is nicely made. This New Balance logo is very 3D and looks kind of cool, trying to look a little bit hip, because New Balance seems kind of mad bonerish. The fuel cell itself, it's quite an upgrade from the Omnis. The Omnis felt rigid, hard, and it was pretty thick and high off the ground. But this, it's much more lower to the ground, but the foam itself is, the density has been, I guess, controlled to provide a lot more softness. It's firm yet soft. So it's an upgrade from this, definitely. And another thing is you do feel that cushioning on the forefoot, and it's very low profile, so it's excellent. And they have a plate, sort of like what you see in the Jordan 11s, but it's actually a little bit better. You see this extra layer of foam. I don't know if it's fuel cell, but it's a little bit softer. So they added another layer here, so you have a definite heel to toe drop. There's a little bit of elevation here for some extra shock absorption and some proper foot alignment, I suppose. And also the plate is not just a flat plate, and the plate doesn't position itself right under your foot, so you feel like you're stepping on concrete or plastic. It's right here on the outsole. That's good. Great placement, and it actually goes up a little bit here, as you can tell by this foam material. So it's sort of like that spring plate propulsion sensation that you get from wearing the Vaporflies or the Alpha Flies that you've experienced from Nike. So this is a nice little touch, but it's not as extreme as those shoes because the midsole is a lot thinner. Because this is a basketball shoe, it needs to be lower profile. Shock absorption, overall comfort, the cushioning, even fresh out of the box, it's so much better than the Omnis. This is a great upgrade. Fuel cell is headed the right direction. I was a little bit disappointed when the first fuel cell for the Omnis was a lot stiffer than the fresh foam they use in baseball shoes like the T3000 do, because this was really soft and it felt like a lunar or React grade type of foam, and they had nice little cleats. So I actually used to play basketball in these, and it was good. And I was sorely disappointed in the rigid, firm, rock hard, 10,000-year-old chewed and spit out gum type of hardness that you feel in this shoe. So this is a great upgrade. And also the insole, New Balance has done an amazing job with this. It's not just plain old Ortholite. It feels like Ortholite 3.0. The thickness is there, but it's not crazy soft or crazy hard. Sometimes you'll see the Ortholite insoles that's used in some great shoes that it feels great when you step them straight out of the box, but then the foam just absorbs moisture and gets disintegrated and gets torn and shredded, and it just sinks down too quickly. Or sometimes it's just too hard. So the density they've accomplished is amazing. As you can tell by this little bit of a gradation there in terms of the color. They did a little bit of a coating or some kind of something different. This is a little bit different from what you feel on the mid portion, and of course the fabric on top as well. So this is a good little balance. It feels similar to the insole they use for the Curry the Under Armour shoes these days, which is sort of like a cross between PU EVA and Ortholite. It feels like the best of all three worlds, and this is actually taking that a step further. So good job, New Balance, on the insole. Great improvement there. The outsole pattern also takes on the brainy pattern that you have in the midfoot area, the upper area. This is very reminiscent of the Crazy Explosive, and I'm sure you've experienced great traction with Crazy Explosive, but it wears out really fast and it's very sensitive to dust. Look at the depth of the grooves and the length of the blades. It is really, really good. So definitely more durable than Crazy Explosives, and the grooves, it's a little bit more, how should I say? The pattern is a little bit changed. It's sort of like a photo negative of what you get here. So it's a little bit more durable at the pivot points, the high abrasion area, high wear areas. So nice job there. It's less sensitive to dust, a lot better in terms of traction than this one, because for the Omnis, I felt like this logo part was really slippery, and these rice type blades, not a straight blade, but rice blades, they kind of slip and slide a little bit every now and then, and they are pretty sensitive to dust. So upgrade, congratulations, New Balance. But the price tag, come on, it's a little steep. I wish they could do something about that. And the limited releases, they had the Jolly Rancher color in limited release, so it just sold out as soon as they pop up on the website. So I have a little bit of a problem with that. I wish you would release the nice colorways a lot more. The boring kawaii colorways are still on the shelves. Let's hope they come up with even zanier, fun colorways in the future. One problem I have with this is the tongue. It feels like it's separate, but it's only here. They have a very minimal elastic material here, so yeah, it's not opening up very much. So even if you unlace your shoe a lot, you really have to like kind of squeeze your foot in a little bit. Not as bad as a Soldier 10s, but almost as stuffy. The outrigger is clearly there, but it doesn't actually work very well. Maybe it's the softness of the foam. Maybe the outrigger is not, maybe the base is not wide enough. But I felt like this lateral stability, this is decent, but it was a little bit better with the Omnis, where they had this fat little midsole working as an outrigger at the same time.